Today, we're gonna build a hotel in The Sims 4, but the challenge is that each hotel room is a different Pokemon. And we're gonna go off of the Pokopia Pokémon. And what that means is that we're gonna go off of this Pokemon list right here. And with these Pokemon in Pokopia, they all have some favorites on how they want their habitat to be. So for example, Squirtle over here, he likes the water, he likes the cleanliness and the healing and the cute stuff, right? So we're gonna take everything into consideration when it comes to the Pokemon. We're gonna consider the type of Pokemon, the classifications, the specialties, the ideal habitats, their favorites, and just the vibes overall. Good? Good. That's what we're gonna do today. And to choose our Pokemon on this little list, we are of course gonna use the random number generator. And we're gonna generate a number from 1 to 300. Then we're gonna go on our list of Pokemon, and then we will get our Pokemon. And we will build them a hotel room. That's the challenge. So, let's start, shall we? We freaking shall. And by the way, if you're interested in seeing some Pokopia gameplay, you can go and watch my gameplay on my second channel. Yes, let's start this video though. And of course, the first thing that we're gonna start with today is the exterior and landscaping. And yes, I've already built a hotel. I built it last night. I got inspired by this picture right here. And I was just like, you know what, Nora? You're gonna build that hotel in The Sims with some Pokemon in that, call it a day. And that's what I did. Well, halfway did. What? Okay. But anyways, for this hotel, we got 9 rooms to fill up. And of course, we also gotta do the landscaping and exterior. We're gonna do them together and we're gonna do that now. So without further ado, let's generate our first Pokemon of today. 1, 2, 3. Generate! And we got 131. All right, 131. That's gonna be Dino. Oh, that's a cutie patootie. And let's see, they're normal Pokemon, healing Pokemon. They like to trade. They like the bright habitats. And their favorites is soft stuff, fabric, healing, cute stuff, round stuff, and bitter flavors. Well, all right, you're right, you're right. The first thing we gotta do for this hotel is put in some paint. And I think that we're gonna go off of some vibes here today. Because our Dino is, of course, pink. And then the subtle, warmish color that I don't know how to describe. It's like a beige color with the bluest eyes you've ever seen. So therefore, I think that this hotel needs to be pink. Because come on, it got to. And then also to represent that beige color, we're gonna add in some beige stone with maybe this beige stone at the bottom. That could be kind of cool. I kind of like that. We're gonna do that today. Perfect. And then we also need to add in some blue. And how can we do that? Maybe with some sort of roof piece? Ooh, what about these ones? What if you put that on the roof? It's sort of like so. Oh, but also this one in the middle. How can, could that be nice? You know what? That was kind of nice. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna have that. Mwah. And then we also need to add in some cuteness. So what about an awning that we can put on the windows? Ooh, with also these flower pots. That's cute. Oh, yes, that was very cute. And then since our Dino likes the bright habitat, we also gotta add in some lights. So what if we add in some of this underneath each and every window? Just sort of like so. Oh, kind of cute. Kind of liking that. And oh my gosh, what if we add in these heart signs right here? That is so cute. Our Dino would love that. And then by the pool, what if we add in this one? I don't know why, but that's hilarious. We're gonna have that with also some sitting tables. Got some fabric and some chairs with some fabric. And then we of course need some sun lounges by our lovely pool. Tapito, hey ho. And then I also think, since our Dino is a trading Pokemon, we could make a little trading hall in the hotel with some selling tables. And I think I'm gonna do this room at the end of this video because I don't know how many trading Pokemons we are gonna get. But for now, we have our Dino station all squared up. What? Okay. But now for the landscaping, we gotta figure out this entrance. And what could we do for our entrance moment? Okay, what if we have a walkway from this staircase and from this staircase, and then they will meet in the middle, sort of kind of like so. Yeah, we can do that. And then we can also frame that in with the little fence. Ooh, with also this huge old welcoming arch. Perfect. I love it. Plus also this one sign. Yes, hotel people. Oh yeah, that's really neat, nice. And then the rest for Mr. Dino. We gotta put in some plants. And we're gonna put in some colorful plants, some healing plants. Because hey, plants are healing. They are. You can't find me on that. Plants are healing. And we're also gonna put in some round plants, some cute and soft plants, all around this whole lot. Just for a Dino. It's gonna be a cute old moment. And we're gonna love it. Or I'm gonna love it at least. But anyways, this is how the planting turned out for our cute old Dino. Wow, I do kind of like it. It matches with the place. Got some vibes. Got a lot of cute stuff. It's a cute old place. But our beautiful Pokemon hotel today. Wow. But alright, boom shamalam, our Dino is done for now. We're gonna come back to our Dino. We're not done with our Dino because our Dino is the leader of this hotel, which is also, by the way, right next to Jenny and Jamantha's beach resort. Just so you know, they're neighbors. But anyways, let's start with our first hotel room. And we're gonna generate some Pokemon right now for that. So, 1, 2, 3, generate 210. Oh, who could it be? Poliwhirl. Look at you go. Poliwhirl is a water and a tadpole Pokemon. Okay, we gotta remember that. A tadpole. And their specialty is water. They like the humid. And their favorites are lots of water, cleanliness, lots of nature, exercise, spinning stuff, and bitter flavors. Right. Poliwhirl. Tadpole Pokemon. Fun fact. Do you want to know what a tadpole is called in Norwegian? Rumpetroll, which literally translates into butt troll. The butt troll. Who came up with that great name? I do wonder. Anyways, where do tadpoles live? They live in the water. Oh my gosh, I got an idea. What if we put in a pool for Poliwhirl? Just like that. And then in the middle, we can put up a platform and then we can have the bed on that platform. Just sort of like so. I gotta stop laughing. There's the bed area and it's the bathroom, in case you were wondering. And then this middle part, I do want that to look like a lily pad. So can I just take this lily pad and just size it up a bajillion times? Oh yes, I can. That looks like a lily pad. Well, it is a lily pad. And then we just plonk on a bed. Oh my gosh, yes. With a nighttime table. That kind of looks like a lily thing. Oh, then we can also put in some tadpoles for the Poliwhirl, so they're not lonely. And maybe some plants in the water. You know, also add in some algae. Oh god, I can't say that word. Algae. Oh, and then over here we can also add in a little walkway with these stepping stones. That would honestly be so cute. Oh, I love this room so much. Oh, and then oh my gosh. Just for the frogginess of it all, what if we have some frog fountains in the corners and then one by the bed? Frog Central. Absolutely. And then to make this place even more humid, what if we have a waterfall back there? Oh, I'm kind of liking that. That's a vibe for sure. With also these vines as the curtains. Oh, we can also have one in the waterfall. Yes. Now that is one beautiful room, I must say. What about the bathroom? I think we can make the bathroom blue, just to represent Poliwhirl's blue color. And then we can put in the sink with a toilet. And then for the mirror, maybe that can be round, since Poliwhirl is a round old thing. They are. And then we can also squeeze in the shower in that little nook. Cute. What a blue old room for us today. But okay, what more do we need for a hotel room? For a hotel room, we need a dresser of some sort. And what would Poliwhirl like? Maybe something round, like that one. Well, it isn't round, but it has a curvy burvy, just like Pearly Burly. Ooh, with also this egg chair. Yes, Poliwhirl would squeeze right into that. That's for sure. We can also add in some frogs, maybe. Oh, and also, we could add in this eggplant whirl frog, since Poliwhirl whirl. Yes, and we even have a little frog on the door. Cute. Okay, and then what more do we have? Poliwhirl likes the cleanliness. So for that, we can put in the broom and also an electric toothbrush with some soap. It's gonna be the cleanest of them all. And plus, of course, the toilet plunger. I have nothing more to say about that. I thought I had a joke, but I did not. And then, what more is clean? Maybe we can put in the shoe rack, because there's no shoes allowed in here. No! And then we can also have this cleaning caddy. What more do we have? We have exercise and spinning stuff. Spinning stuff. What qualifies for spinning stuff? I'm not so sure. Oh, but you know what we are gonna get? This one. Because that reminds me of Poliwhirl. I mean, come on. And we don't know if that spins or not. We don't know. Maybe it spins. It's spinning my mind. I don't... Ooh, that was a bit of a reach. But okay, now for the exercise. What can we do for the exercise? Oh, guys, we could get in a spinning bike. Spinning bike? 2 flies in 1 smack. You can spin, you can exercise. We can also get in a wheel, because that spins. Yes, I done that. And then we have the bitter flavors. I don't really know what I'm going to do for this one, but I think I'm going to come back to that in the end. Because maybe we can have a food hall. Maybe. Or I mean, if you try to eat the lilies and stuff, I feel like that would be pretty bitter. So you know what? Yeah. And with that, the Poliwhirl hotel room is all finito in all its glory, with a blue old bathroom and a spinning bike. Whoa. But okay, let's move on to hotel room number 2. And 1, 2, 3, generate. And we got 132, which is Trubbish. Oh me, oh my, look at you. He's a poison Pokemon, and he's a trash bag Pokemon. That's right. The most beautiful Pokemon of all, the trash Pokemon. And his specialty is recycling. He likes the humid habitats. And his favorites are garbage, construction, complicated stuff, shiny stuff, gatherings, and bitter flavors. Right. So what can we do for you, Trubbish? First of all, I think that we can put in some wallpaper that kind of has the Trubbish vibe. The trash bag vibe. I mean, yeah, we can do that. And then for the furniture, and I'm thinking, since this is a trash bag Pokemon, they're gonna sleep in a very fine dumpster, because that's where the trash bags are. All right, it's just the truth. That's where they live. That's where they sleep. And then for like the construction part, maybe we can start off with a tarp. It's a tarp with some tent curtains. I don't know. They remind me of construction. But right. Oh, focus, not a focus. Let's do one thing at a time, actually, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Or maybe we can put in this one for the humid. Okay, Nora, focus. One thing at a time. So let's start putting in the essential furniture before you go all around with the construction stuff and the water fountain. Let's focus up. All right, so for the trash part, that is essential furniture. We're gonna put down some trash bags. Oh, with some heaps of trash on the floor, maybe. And this mysterious stain. That's from the water fountain. And then we can have some paper trash underneath there for the recycling. Oh, and with the line of trash right here. Oh, I like that line of trash. I love trash. Right, and then for the other curtains, what can we use? Maybe, oh, the other tops. I feel like that could be a vibe for sure. I like that. And then right up here on this wall, what can we do? What can we do? Trubbish did like the complicated stuff. And complicated stuff, that could perhaps be a bookshelf. And we can make it even more complicated with stacking them. I mean, that's complicated as heck. Oh, and of course, we gotta put in the Trashly art. Trashly, Trubbish, they're the best of friends. And now for the bathroom. What are we gonna do for the bathroom? What would Trubbish like? I have no idea. Maybe we can make it a little bit sad with this half-empty tooth. Paste. Because why not, you know? And then, oh, you can get this ugly toilet. Because they like recycling. They recycle that toilet. And then for the shower, we can get in this one, the recycled shower with this grate. I think that was very beautiful. And I can get in one plant. Oh, we have two plants, that's right. And then for the art on the wall, what is very Trubbish like? Maybe some of these prints. Ooh, mysterious. Recycling. It's important to recycle. Oh, with another Trashly painting. And maybe they would like an oil drum trash can. Because that is kind of shiny. And they like the shiny stuff. And it's also kind of construction. Yeah. But then for the poison part, we need to get some poison in here. So what can we do about that? Poison. Ooh, poison glyph. What if we had that on the wall? Easy peasy. I like that. We're gonna keep that. But right, you're up. We need to get some more recycling in here. So what if we put up this one? That reminds me of recycling, and I don't know why, but we're gonna have that. We found that in the trash. And then we can also have a recycling machine. Hey ho! That's perfect for Trubbish. Oh, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna have that. Oh yeah. And then for the construction part of it all, we need to get some more construction in here. So what can we do? What can we do? What is construction? We can get in some sawdust and some piles of wood. Because nothing screams construction more like wood. I would know because of my neighbor. Then we can also have some construction lights, maybe? That is a construction light. Yeah. Don't you worry, it is. And what about also this sign? Sure. I feel like that was perfect. And then we can also bring in this toolkit. I feel like that's both complicated and construction. With also this other toolkit. Oh, and this one too. Ooh, constructing away. Well, hey, what more is complicated? What about these crystal posters? I would say that is complicated. I don't know anything about this. Oh, and that is also shiny. And then also some more complicated stuff. This calculator. That's for sure. And then I think we can also add in a computer because that is classified as complicated in Pokopia. So we first of all need a desk. Oh, this one. That is a very recycled desk. Trubbish would love that. Jobs are good with this trash light. But then for the shiny stuff, what could that be? I mean, obviously some crystals. And we can put the crystals on the shelf right here. Just shining away with also some more trash. And then, oh, what about this one? That is shiny and it's recycled apparently. Where can we put that? I don't know. I have to think about that. But then we have the gatherings. And the list of gatherings items in Pokopia is an office shelf, tea set, table setting, party stuff, food, CD rack, magazine rack. There's just a lot of different stuff. So maybe we can put down a table over here and then we can plunk down a tea set because that was on the list of gatherings and they're gathering here. I think that's amazing. And bada bim bada boom. That was a hotel room for Trubbish. And he is trubbing away, isn't he? In his trash room. Oh, wow. But right, moving on to our next hotel room. That is right here. And let's generate away. 1, 2, 3. And that is 32. 32. Who is 32? Cubone. Oh, he's such a cute guy. I love Cubone. He's a ground Pokemon and he's a lonely Pokemon, which is so sad. I'm so sorry. But his specialty is building. He likes the dry habitats. And the favorites are lots of dirt, construction, exercise, slender objects, group activities, and bitter flavors. Ooh, Cubone, you're so chubby and nice. I love my Cubone. Alright, what are we gonna do for my Cubone? Well, okay. First of all, Cubone, he likes the dry habitats. And you know what? Therefore, I'm thinking of making kind of a deserty place, but in a sad vibe, in a brutalism style. Because I feel like brutalism is very dry and kind of lonely. It has a lonely feel about it. Oh, and And speaking about lonely, oh my gosh. Since Cubone is a lonely Pokemon, that means that they're going to be at this hotel alone. And therefore, they're going to have an archway to their bathroom. They don't need a door. They're all alone. Okay. All right. But anyways, now for the bed. I think I'm going to put in this one. And then for the other furniture, I really want to go with the Desert Luxe kit because I feel like that matches the style perfectly that I have in my mind. So these ones can be the nighttime tables. Oh, and then I want to put in this rug. I don't know if this matches the vibes, but that's a Curo carpet. I mean, rug. I mean, maybe that is a little bit too happy, but I like it. I think we're going to keep that. And then I'm also going to put up some curtains. I almost said carpet again. I have carpet on my mind. And then we can have this dresser over here. Kind of slender. No, it's not slender. Absolutely not. Oh, and maybe we can have some shelves above that. We can have some cute little knickknacks on that or something. Then I think out in the hallway, what if we put in this one that goes right with the vibes that we're creating today in this room? Ooh, I'm liking this. But then in the bathroom, I think maybe these counters can work. Kind of a stony feel to it. With also some sleek bathroom stuff. Just has a lonely feel to it. I don't know why. It just does. And then we can also plunk down this bathtub with a toilet. What toilet are we going to use? What about this one? Oh, that is a very stony toilet. Toilet? It doesn't have a matching swatch though. That's annoying. I can get this one. Why nude? And then for the rug in the bathroom, what about a stone slab? Just for Cubone. Wow. But alright, what more are we going to have in here? First of all, Cubone. He has a lot of bones. He has a big old skull and the bone, and it's called Cubone. So I think we're gonna put in some bones. What about this mat? That's ridiculous. Am I gonna put in that? Not quite that sure. Ooh, but we have some skulls though that we can put in. What if we have this one on the wall? Just right above the bed. Oh my gosh, yes. And then, oh, we can have this cow plant skull. What if we have that in the corner? Ooh, what a vibe. And then actually, on the shelf, we can put down some bony stuff with some different skulls and some bones for Cubone. And then in the bathroom, we can also put down a skeleton mess in the bathtub. Because I feel like Cubone doesn't bathe. He likes the dryness. So this bathroom has never been used. Or what if actually Cubone bathes in sand, just like a chinchilla? Could be that. We don't know his plans. But also this painting and also this skull on the wall. Ooh. But alright, what more do we have? Cubone likes a lot of dirt. True. So we can put in some bone dust. That is not dirt. We can put down some bags of dirt over here. I think he would like that. And then we have a construction. Right. So for construction, I'm gonna put down some planks. Also works great for the building stuff. And then also a bucket. Ooh, and this barrier thing. Then we can also have a hammer and a skeleton key because of the skeletons. Yeah, with also some working wood and a tire. Construction. Or wait, actually, what if you put down the sign, construction sign, just on the door? You think that can work? Should this plant be here? I mean, that is a very dry plant and it's dirt. He liked the dirt. We can have that. That's allowed. And then he was also a fan of the exercise. So I can put in a very dry exercising bag. And then for the slender objects. I mean, what can we do for that? Slender man. Maybe I can put down a toilet brush. That's slender. Ooh, and a candlestick. And the duo. That's slender. And lots of these lights. Yeah, slender. And they're also very on point with what I'm going with today for this room. Yeah. And then last but not least, we have the group activities. And what is more group activities than a couch? There you go with the dead old plant. Boop. And boopity bum, that was Cubone's hotel room. And it's very dry. And it does have a vibe. And I like it. You're welcome, Cubone. And we are gonna move on to the next hotel room. Oh, generate 36. Okay, not that far from 32. Was it random? I don't think so. But we got Hitmonchan. Oh, look at you. Got a lovely little dress on with some fighting gloves. And Hitmonchan is obviously the fighting type, the punching Pokemon. They like to trade, bright habitats, and their favorites are exercise, group activities, fabric, stone stuff, round stuff, and sweet flavors. Right-yo. We gonna make you a hotel room. Hitmonchan! So, what can we do? What can we do for Hitmonchan? Boxing, fighting. I know what we can do. We can make this room into a boxing ring. Come on. I feel like that could be great. So if you put up this fence, like so, raise it up there, we got a little boxing ring. And this can be like a gym with a boxing ring. Ooh, and where's the bathroom gonna be? In here? I could be in there. We can squeeze a bathroom in there. Sure. And in this boxing ring, we're gonna have a red corner and a blue corner. And they of course need some towels. I've seen that in boxing matches with a glass of teeth because you have to take them out before they start boxing. I mean, sure. Ooh, with those water bowls, of course. They drink the water in the half times. I've seen that too. Unboxing. And maybe we can also add in some scratching marks and some dirt here and there. Because they have been fighting away, you know? Yes. And then on this side of the room, we can have some punching bags with some motivational posters right on our wall. Ooh, perfect. And of course, this boxing poster on the wall. Ooh, boxing. But now on to our other problem. Where is this Pokemon going to sleep? We need a bed. And this is a gym. Oh my gosh, what if we just have a cot bed? We just squeeze that in the corner because they have been sleeping at the gym with the smashed in mirror and some motivational words on the wall with, ooh, of course, some Polaroids of their enemies. That's the people that want to fight. And love. Because sometimes Hitmonchan is not a fighter, they're a lover. Sometimes. But then onto the bathroom. And I think I'm going to make this bathroom into just a very standard public bathroom. You know, just a sad old gym bathroom for one person apparently. But it's just going to be very, very sad with a prism mirror. Yes, that's a very sad bathroom. So let's see. We got the exercise in. Group activities. You know what? The boxing ring is a group activity. Come on. Can't tell me that that is not a group activity. We do it together. So I'm going to cross that off. And then we have fabric, stone stuff, and round stuff. So you know what? For the round stuff, we can put in a round lamp. Oh, and then we can place in this one for the nighttime table. That is a stone and it's round-ish. And then we can also add in some more stones over here for a round old stone moment. Oh, with also some boxing gloves. That's what we need. And then for the fabric, what is fabric? Well, I know what fabric is, but in The Sims, what can we do? What about some curtains? That is fabric. And we can put in the most generic, boring curtains ever. Just like that. And then for some more fabric, what if you put some robes? Some boxing robes in blue and red. Ooh, yes, that fits in. And then out here we can have a little sitting moment with some pillows because fabric and the round old table with some water bowls. And look at this. We have another group activity on our hands. Cool. And then Hitmonchan is also a trading Pokemon. So I'm just going to add Hitmonchan to a trading group down here, which I'm going to do more for real at the end of this video. But this is just it for now. And with that, my friends, that was Hitmonchan's hotel room. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Wow. And let's move over to our next hotel room, which boobity-bobbity-bum generate 108. And who is 108? Marslax and Snorlax. They're both the same. Oh, that's right. Can we choose? You know what? I want to do Marslax. They're both the same number. We're going to do Marslax. And this is Marslax. He's normal and he's a sleeping Pokemon. And his specialty is to eat. Great specialty. But he also likes the bright habitats. And their favorites are soft stuff, fabric, looks like food, whatever that means, watching stuff, strange stuff, and spicy flavors. All right. Okay. Now Marslax, he lives in this mossy cave. So maybe we can go off of the vibes of that and make him a mossy cave. But how are we gonna do that? Interesting. Okay, you know what? First of all, we're gonna put in some mossy, stony wallpaper and flooring. It's kind of like so. And what more can we do? Okay, hold on. What I'm envisioning is Snorlax sleeping on a little elevation of mossy stone. That's what I'm gathering for Marslax. And how can we do that? What if we first of all put in this bed, squeeze it into the wall a little bit to get rid of the headboard that is not on the vibe. Ooh, and then we elevate that up a little bit. And then, okay, what if we put in these mossy stones from Enchanted by Nature and then just frame the whole bed in with those rocks? Ooh, you know what? That could be great. Just kind of like so. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. What more can we do? We can maybe, ooh, some grassy moss around that. That would be so cool. I like that moment. And then for the rest of the room, what are we going to do? We need a bathroom situation and some sort of a hallway situation, but I don't want to block off this because this is a grand old moment, you know? So what if we instead just put up a half wall over here with a spandrel and a column? Ooh, kind of a moment. And then on this side, we put up a dresser. And then on the other side, we shall plunk down the bathroom with the stony tub, the matching toilet, and the matching sink. Bada bing, bada bum. I like this moment. With also some towels for the soft stuff. Soft stuff. And then speaking about soft stuff and fabrics, what can we do to implement that? And how can we make this moment a lot more grander? I do wonder. Ooh, hold on. What if we put some curtains around the bed instead of a circle? Oh, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna put up some walls, kind of like so. And then, wait for it, guys. We put in some spandrels and then chuck our curtains on that. If I can find them again, where are they? There they are. Kind of like so. Ooh, I feel like that would be a good old moment. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, oh my gosh. I am liking that a lot, actually. That is such a good moment. That's a grand moment for Marslax. And Marslax kind of sounds It's like medication. Like a laxative, I gotta say. But that's a grand old moment. What more can we put in? For the fabric and the soft stuff. We can plunk down some pillows with maybe, ooh, what about this carpet? Rug! I can't today. And then just size that up. Sort of like so, ooh, cute. And then maybe, I'm thinking strange stuff. Whatever that means. I'm gonna put up this light because that is strange. It floats up and down. It can be outside, up in the air. It's a strange light. And what about this occult marking? That is strange. Why is it there? And then, okay. Then for the looks like food. For that, I'm just gonna put down some food on this dresser over here. For this little snack bar. And then also for the furniture that looks like food. Put down this watermelon rug. Oh, and these pillows. That looks like food. Don't know what I'm gonna use these pillows for, but we have them now. Ah. And I'm crossing that off. And then we have watching stuff. That generally means the TVs and what nudes, whatever you watch. What do we do about that? Should we put in the TV? I feel like putting in the TV is going to ruin the vibe of the room. So what can we do? What if we put down the fireplace outside? You watch the fireplace. That's a lovely thing to watch. And then maybe we can put down this one. That's kind of cozy. You watch that. Perfect. I think I managed that. And then for the strange stuff. What can we do about that? What is strange? This hand? This cow plant? That's very strange. What more is strange? Oh, you know what is strange? Bigfoot stuffy. And why is that all the way up there? I don't know. We can plunk that down by these corners. And that is also soft stuff and fabric. So 3 flies in one smack. Gully golly me, yes. And that truly was Marslack's hotel room. And it is beautiful. It is out and about here. Look at that grand old bed. Where did my mouse go? My gosh. But anyways, it is beautiful. It is here and is ready. Look at that bathroom. Oh, cute. Hey ho. And now let's move over to another hotel room. So 1, 2, 3, generate. Number 4. Ooh, who could that be? Number 4. Charmander. Oh, cutie patootie up in here. And it's a fire type. It's a lizard Pokemon. They can burn stuff. They like the warm habitats. And their favorites are lots of fire, wooden stuff, hard stuff, exercise, and group activities. Oh, and also spicy flavors. Right. Whatever will we do for you, Charmander? Ooh, okay, you know what I think? Since Charmander likes the wooden stuff and the warm habitat, what if we make the hotel room into a cabin style? Because of the wood, the warm fuzzy feelings? Well, I think that was a swell idea. And also since Charmander likes hard stuff, we can put in a stone wall. Okay, cute. And of course it's going to be in an orange vibe because Charmander is orange. We can also put in a cabin bed with some wood nighttime tables. Oh, with also these curtains. That kind of orangey color. Then we can also maybe plunk down this dresser situation out here. This is wooden. Has a little warm red color in it. Sure, great choices. Oh, and what about, speaking about warm, we can put down the matching fireplace. If I can find it. Oh my gosh, what is it? There it is. Ooh, vibes. Vibes all around. And then I think, since Charmander is a lizard, you can put down an axolotl and another one. Now, axolotls are not lizards, per se, but we don't have a lot of lizardy choices here in the game, okay? So that's how it's gonna be. And also, speaking about warm, we're also gonna have a space heater. Oh, warm and cozy. And what about some knitting stuff? Because that's warm and cozy. And also, knitting is a group activity in Pokopia. So, and then more fire stuff. What is fire? Fire glyph. Oh, that's cool. That is fitting. We're gonna have that. With also some red old candles for the fire. And then we have this total painting of a fire. Look, we don't have that many paintings of fires. And maybe that's a good thing. So that was the closest that I could find. But we could also per se have this fire sign above the door. Charmander needs all the warnings that he can get when it comes to fire, okay? He's a fire hazard. And speaking about fire hazards, we also need a fire extinguisher. That is really needed in this room. Ooh, with this fire leaf extract. Yes. Then we can also have this tea set for the group activities, and it's red, like fire. Boppity boppity bum. And then for the bathroom. Whatever shall we do for the bathroom? I don't think Charmander likes bathrooms because he's the opposite of water. What is water? Bathrooms. So we're gonna make this bathroom very empty. And I think I'm gonna use this stuff because it's kind of hard, like a rock, with also a smoke alarm. That is needed. And then maybe, what if we put up this one? That's kind of fitting. We don't have that many fire posters. All right, that could be there. Oh, with also a rubber ducky because Charmander, he gets scared in the shower. So he needs a friend. There you go. But onto the topic of hard stuff. What exactly is that in Pokopia? Okay, so stones, iron, stony fireplace, fossils. Maybe we can put down this fire opal because that is fire and it's hard. Yeah, come on, it is. And this rock is called solarium. And look how orangey red that is. We're gonna have that. And then we can also squeeze in some pottery because that's hard. And also a fossil. Yes. And then let's see. What more can we do? What more can we do? I want this to be more fiery. And how can we do that? We don't have fire in The Sims. Not in build mode, at least. What can we do? Oh, you know what? What if we use these orange crystals and then we do something with that? Oh, you know what we can do? We can frame this whole room in with these fire crystals to make it look like it's on fire. You know what? I think that is a good idea. Oh, I'm happy. That is a good idea. I'm gonna do that all around this room and everywhere I go. It's gonna be fire crystals. Oh, yes. I think that is good. It's so ridiculous, but come on. We're making a hotel for the Pokemon. It's gonna be ridiculous. What a room. Now all we have left is exercise and more group activities. What exercise would Charmander do? Maybe he can do some weightlifting. And you know what? He's gonna do some meditation. If there's one Pokemon that needs to be calm, it is Charmander. Or else he's gonna set the whole hotel on fire. So he needs to be calm. And then we have the group activity. What can we do as a group activity? Ooh, what about a little bonfire moment? That's a great old group activity. And they can be roasting some marshmallows. Yes, perfect. They're gonna be drinking the fire milk and the sea of fire. Just two ladies out in the town drinking some fire. And that was Charmander's hotel room. All set on fire. Just how they like it. Be nice. And now, let's move over to another hotel room. So 1, 2, 3, generate. 119. Who's that gonna be? It's gonna be Smeargle. Ooh, this is a Pokemon. They're normal and a painted Pokemon. And their specialty is paint. They like the bright habitats. And their favorites are soft stuff, fabric, strange stuff, colorful stuff, shiny stuff, and drive levers. Well, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this into a painter studio. Cause, come on, we just have to. And for the wallpaper, I want some very colorful walls. So what about this one? That is the vibe that I want, but it's kind of annoying that we don't have one with the primary colors, because Smeargle has a primary color vibe going on and with some secondary colors as well. So are we gonna have that? You know what? I want that wall. That is a very colorful painting wall. I think we're gonna do that. And then for the furniture, and we gotta think painter and colorful. So first of all, for the bed, we're gonna put in this bed. Come on, the Van Gogh bed. No, that was horrible. And what if behind the bed we have put up this one, the studio drapes? Got a fabric here, colorful, painter, so many smacks in one fly. No, so many flies in one smack. And then over here we're of course gonna have our painter's corner with the smock rack. And then some paint splatters everywhere for our colorful genius. And then we need to address the situation. Ooh, what about this cute little cabby? And we can also plunk in this one, painters galore. And then for the bathroom, we gotta make that colorful. So what about some yellow walls, some blue tiles, and then plunk down a lot of colorful stuff. So what about a pink bath tube with a blue sink? And for the toilet, we don't have a toilet in the series. We never get new toilets. But what about this one? That is very artsy. Paint dripping down. Okay, we're gonna have that. That was a good choice by me for today in this room. And let's see, that is fabric. We can put up some more curtains though on all of the windows. Oh, in some different colors maybe. We can go yellow. Vibes all around. And then for more of the fabric soft stuff, we can use these ones. And then we can also plunk down an ottoman with some rugs. Oh, what rug are we gonna use? I have this one, and then that one, or that one. I don't know which one to choose. I'm gonna plunk down all of them. Then I'm gonna choose later because I don't know what's gonna work. But I can also squeeze in some pillows. And what about this mushroom for the strange stuff? With a teddy bear for the soft stuff. And then we need some more strange stuff. And what is strange? That one is strange and colorful. Boom, bam, boom. You can also put in this light. That is strange. Maybe this mushroom man. Strange. Oh, and also this cat statue. Strange. And then maybe by the door, we can put up some shelves. And we can plunk down some strange stuff. So how about this bony thing? Oh, that one. That is weird. And then, I don't know, this one. Strange. And then for the outside, we can have some colorful stuff. Like these chairs. That is also fabric and soft. Good moments. And then we have the shiny stuff. What is shiny? Interesting. What about this one? Some crystals? No. Oh my gosh, what is shiny? I mean, we can maybe put down this crystal and this crystal ball and a neon sign. That is not shiny, but it is shining away. Boom, bam, boom. We plunk down the shiny stuff. And that means that Smeargle's hotel room is all finito. Look at this mess of a room. Painter, colorful, weird and shiny room. Shining bright like a diamond. Coolie gully. And we are moving on to a new hotel room. So 1, 2, 3, generate. 102. And who is that? that? Blissey! Oh! That's a real cutie patootie. Look at you. You're a big ol' egg with an egg. Hey! Okay, so Blissey is normal, and it's a happiness Pokemon, and they like to trade and litter. Good. They also like the bright habitats, and their favorites are soft stuff, fabric, healing, round stuff, group activities, and sour flavors. Okay. Ooh, and look at their location. Cuteness overload indeed. Oh, Blissey, Blissey, Blissey. We're gonna make you a cuteness overload room. And since Blissey is a cutie patootie, I'm of course gonna give them a cutie patootie hotel room with a pink walls and pink flooring. And maybe actually, what if for the hallway we go with this circle wallpaper because they are round and they like the round stuff? When else am I gonna use this wallpaper? I don't know, but we're gonna use that today. And then for the furniture, and I wanna go off of the vibes of their habitat where they're found. That one, the cuteness overload. So we're gonna put in this bed with some round all nighttime tables. And for the lights, what if we go with this one? That is so cute. Blissey would love that. With also some round all lights, maybe some cupcakes on the wall, and this heart mirror. And then for the bathroom, what are we gonna do for the bathroom? It needs to be round. Oh, what about a am I gonna do that? I mean, I don't personally like this bathroom set, but they like the round stuff, and they look like an egg. And this sink looks like an egg, a pretty weird egg, but it looks like an egg, so we can have that. And the very round bathtub, yes. And then I think above the bathtub, we can have a shelf, and on that shelf, we can have a little candle. Oh, and that thingy thing, this one, the Daruma doll. You are going right on there. Look at that. That looks like Blissey, doesn't it? That's our child. And then we can also have some towels because fabric, soft stuff. Yes. And then also just plunk down that beautiful round toilet. Magnificent. I mean, that is a cute old bathroom with this painting of the round shapes. Alright, what else do we want? What else do we need? We need a dresser. And what is a round old dresser? What about this one? Has some curves, some round curves. And on that dresser, what can we have on that dresser? We can plunk down a sheep and a teddy bear, some cute old flowers, and also put up that mirror because they are a happiness Pokemon. And that looks very, very happy and in love. And also put up that creepy old doll because, healing? I don't know. And then, oh my gosh, we need to put down these chairs. They're kind of round. They're so cute. And you know what? It looks like it fits Blissey pretty good. That is in that Blissey vibe. I can sense it. And then for some more fabric, we need some curtains. Pom-pom. That has some round stuff. That is very Blissey. We can have those curtains on all the windows. And then for the rug situation, what is very, very soft and cutesy, we can have a sheep. Yes, that was very perfect. But then for the healing, what is healing? Interesting. List of healing items. Humidifier, first aid kit. Great. So maybe we can put down this doctor's playset. That's apparently healing. And then healing, healing, healing. What is healing? A massage chair. And by the way, that's called the happy hands. And they are the happy Pokemon. We can throw a pillow on there and call it a day. And then what more stuff is healing? Think, not I think. We can have a meditation pillow. That's kind of healing. And it's round. Oh, we're gonna do that. Beautiful healing. And then for the group activities. What is a round old group activity? What if you please up some round old chairs? And also this one. And they can sit there in a group and do something. And that something that they're gonna do is marbles. That is round. We can sit there and enjoy their lives. And then, alright, what do we have left? We have litter. They're littering away. And what are they littering? They litter stones. Well, how perfect. I would have never guessed that in a bajillion years. I'm gonna put down some stones for the litter. They're just littering that everywhere they go, okay? And boom shabalam. That was Blissey's hotel room. Cutesy woodsy, round and soft with the stone littering. And they're also healing away like the happy Pokemon they are. Hey. And now we're gonna move on to the last Pokemon hotel room of today. Or no, wait. We need to add Blissey to the trading group. There you go. Trade away. And now we're gonna move on to the last Pokemon hotel room of today. So 1, 2, 3. Generate. Oh, 135. 135. Who is it? Zoroark. Oh my gosh, look at you. I have the words. They're a thing of their own, but they're a dark type. And they're also an illusion fox Pokemon. Okay. They also like to trade and to chop. They like the dark habitats. And their favorites are shiny stuff, luxury, glass stuff, strange stuff, group activity, and spicy flavors. Hoo-hoo! Let's make you a hotel room. And for this hotel room, we're of course gonna represent Zoroark's colors, which is red and black. So for the wallpaper, what if we go with some black wallpaper and then pair that up with some red? So you can make some red old stripy walls. Oh, and also, what if one of the walls has a flowery pattern? Ooh, I like that. That's gonna be cool. And of course, since this Pokemon likes the dark habitats, we gotta cover up all of these windows with some curtains. And I gotta size them up too. Alright. But with the bum like so. And then Put up some blinds. For the darkness. Okay, what are we gonna do for the bed? They like the luxury stuff, and I feel like they're a little bit freaky. Because, come on, look at this Pokemon. So maybe we could perhaps put down this bed. And then for the nighttime tables, we can put down these ones, since they are a little bit luxurious. And they also have a glass surface, because they like the glass. Good, good. And then we can also put down a couch over here with a good old chair, because of the group activities, you know? And, oh my gosh, then for the bathroom. What if we put down this wallpaper for the bathroom? I feel like they would like that. With also the darkest of the dark of the bathroom stooth. And then they can also have a glass of teeth, because, I don't know, I feel like it fits them. They might have a glass of teeth. Oh, and it's glass. I like the glass. And by the way, by the frickety way, since this Pokemon likes glass and they're a little bit freaky, what if we make the bathroom walls out of windows? I feel like they would like that. You know, there you go. That's perfect for them. Yes, I'm happy with that. And that is also strange. It fits in. It's strange. Glass. Luxurious? No. I don't know. Luxurious hotels might have that. They do weird stuff. And then also, since they like to chop the wood, there's some wood. And then they can also get this tea set for the group activities. And then we can also plunk down some jewelry for the luxurious shiny stuff. What more can we do? I mean, there are fox. An illusion fox. There are fox. They give no fox. Do we have any fox stuff? We have this paper mache fox. And also this one. I mean, okay, we could have that. That's perfect. Great, great, great. And then we also need some strange stuff. And what is strange? What about this head? Now that is not strange on itself, but if you have that on the bedside table with nothing else, that is kind of strange. And they're also kind of shiny. Somehow. And what about a photo of Bloody Daddy? That's strange. You know, that is a strange thing to have. It is. But also maybe this doll. That is a very strange doll. With a pile of papers. Some very strange papers. Oh, what has happened? And bada boom, bada bing. That was Zoroark's hotel room. Dark, weird, strange, and luxurious. All up in here with a glass bathroom. Oh, and by the way, since they are a trader, they're also gonna get their own trading table in the dark color. Oh, did-do. And goodness gracious me. That means that we're done with all of the hotel rooms. All up in here. All of the Pokemon in the exterior. Whoa! But we're not done yet. No. We still have the rest of these rooms to do. And the trading hall. And a little bit on the outside too. So I think we're gonna do that now. Just all in here and all around. So I think we're gonna start with the trading room first. So what can we do? What can we do? Oh no. No. No! The game crashed. And I did not save. Are you kidding me? I didn't save. Are you kidding me? I didn't save. When was the last time I saved? Oh my gosh, no. No. Oh no. 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 Oh. And that was indeed the last that we saw of Nora. This is Nora from the future, by the way, editing this video. And I never returned. I was so distraught by the crash. And I was also an idiot for not saving. But I never came back after that. So RIP the other things that I was going to do. RIP. But I think it is time for a house tour from Nora from the future. I'm going to do it real quick. So strap yourself in because the house tour is happening now. And I also managed to retrieve a save file, by the way. I was lurking in them folders. And I found the save file from one of the last hotel rooms. So I managed to save some of it, but not all of it. And I'm never coming back to this hotel again. Oh no. Anyways, here we have the beautiful exterior. That is not quite finished, but good golly me, I'm not coming back. I like the exterior. I like this hotel with all the flowers and everything. Boom, bam, bam. And then here's the first hotel room for Poliwhirl, a little tadpole Pokemon. And I like this room. Look at that pond with the water lilies. Oh. And then we also have Rubbish hotel room with the trash. Living in the trash bin. Hey. And next on we have Cubone's hotel room, which is a vibe for sure. The brutalist, very dry desert vibe. I like it with all the bones everywhere. And then we have Hitmonchan's hotel room with a boxing ring, the punching bags, the saddle bathroom, and the saddle bed. Words cannot describe. But then we have Marslag's hotel room, which is the vibe. It's mossing away. Oh my gosh, I love this bedroom. Look at the moss. Look at the grand old bed, the bathroom. Mwah. And then we also have Charmander's hotel room, which has been set on fire with the fire crystals. Oh, it's a cute old cabin room. I like, vibes. And then we have Smeargle's hotel room, which is the painter's room with all the colorful stuff. Woohoo. And next up we have Blissey, little egg Pokemon. And Blissey is a cutie patootie, so of course they got the cutie patootie hotel room. Hey, and they're also littering the stones, apparently. And last but not least, we have Zoroark, our dark and mysterious illusion fox with a glass bathroom. Is that freaking like that? Yeah. And hey, hold this is also the outro, because I did not do an outro. If you want to download this hotel, you can. It's up on my gallery, and my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. Hey, and if you also want to see more of me, you also can. I have my second channel where I do stuff, and also my Twitch channel where I also do stuff, but live, and links will be down below for that. Ooh, and oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, because it really does help me out. So thank you, but only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. That was a very weird goodbye. Okay, well, not out.